Okay, today we're multiplying mixed numbers, so let's review our steps before we try one. The first thing we want to do is to convert our mixed numbers and whole numbers into improper fractions. And here's a quick review of changing a mixed number into an improper fraction. You want to start with your denominator because that's the number of pieces in your whole. Multiply that by the whole number and then add the numerator on because these are the pieces of eights that you already have. So 8 times 1 is 8 plus 5 makes 13 and the denominator stays the same. I have 13 eighths. Okay, after you change that mixed or whole number into an improper fraction, you want to cross reduce. That gives you simpler numbers to work with, and we learned how to cross reduce yesterday. Then you want to multiply your numerators, multiply your denominators, and finally double check to make sure you have it in simplest form. So let's try 3 7/9 times 6 all together. So the first thing I need to do is change 3 7/9 into an improper fraction. So I want to start with my denominator, 9, multiply it times the whole number 3, which is 27, and then add 7 onto that, which makes 34. So now I have 34, and I want to keep the same denominator that I had before, so that would be 34 ninths times, and I want to change 6 into an improper fraction as well. So since this is 6 wholes, it's not divided into any pieces, that means my denominator is going to be 1. And now I have 34 ninths times 6 over 1. Then I want to double check and see if I can simplify anything first. 34 and 1 only have 1 as a factor, which is not too helpful. So then I'm going to look on the other diagonal. 6 and 9 have a common factor of 3. So I'm going to divide 6 by 3 and get 2, and divide 9 by 3 and get 3. It helps me work with smaller numbers, which is always a nice idea. Now I'm ready to multiply straight across. So 34 times 2 is 68, and 3 times 1 is 3, and I end up with 68 thirds. Now 68 thirds is an improper fraction, and in this particular instance I will want to change that into a mixed number. So I want to see how many times 3 goes into 68. If I'm not sure, I can always just divide it out to the side. Three goes into 8 2 times. That's 6. Subtract. There's 2 left over. Remember, I'm going to take my remainder and put it on top of my divisor. That's 22 2/3. So 68 thirds is equal to 22 2/3 for my final answer. If I want to go back to estimate and double check, 3 7/9 is about 4, and 6, I can estimate at 6. 4 times 6 is 24, and my answer, my product, is pretty close to 24, so I would say that it's definitely reasonable. Okay, good job.